What's up, chess player? We continue our speed run. I'm showing you what kind of different challenges you get at different levels. And this time we're playing the Sicilian defense against a 2000 rated player. That's gonna be a very fascinating game. I don't know, let's try knight to c6 here. Of course, they usually play bishop b5 in this position, very popular line nowadays. Knight c3. Okay, another possibility. Of course, there is nothing wrong with that. I'm gonna try to play g6. I normally never play it, and I don't know any theory of the dragon variation, but let's just try it. I mean, he's playing bishop e2, which is not the most active move, and that happens sometimes that you are just scare your opponents away out of the most active moves because they think, well, maybe he knows a lot of theories there, and you're just bluffing. That is what working here, because if you're not playing d4, you're not really fighting for an advantage, because now I'm absolutely controlling that, and there are no real active opportunities for white. I can play e6, knight e7, and that is like an English opening with the colors reversed. So like I'm playing as white here, the move c4, and there you normally play something like rook b1 and b5. Let me try to do it now. Of course, that is only one of the plans. You can also try to play d5. Well, I guess g6 is a completely normal way to continue here. Although maybe his idea is to play knight b5, provoking me to play e5, but even that is fine because he'll have a total control of the d4 square. He doesn't want to do that, but now b5. I do it myself, and I'm very active there. So let's see what's gonna happen. Okay, so he finally played d4 in this position, and that feels like an interesting idea because he definitely doesn't have enough defenders for it, but he's attacking the b5 pawn, and that might compensate at least a little bit. I'm gonna take with a knight because feels like the most active move. Although taking with the pawn was already completely possible, was also completely possible. Now e5 probably is gonna be my plan because after knight b5 and e5, this knight doesn't really have any squares to go. And that is how probably I'm winning this game, because after a6, yeah, you're just losing the knight. And that was, I guess, something my opponent missed when he played the move d4. And of course, you need to calculate the moves, especially when you are playing something as active, as aggressive, as risky as d4 with some multiple threats from both sides. You must calculate it till the end. You must make sure that it does work out in the end of the day. Otherwise, just don't make those moves. So now a6, and unless I'm blundering something, that would be very funny, but I don't see anything you can do. Bishop takes e7 is just an exchange. I still cover the c7 square. I mean, you have a7 square, that is also true, but the knight is never gonna get back after, I don't know, bishop b7, let's say. I'm still protecting the a6 pawn and covering all of the squares where the knight can go. I still need to get rid of the pawn, of the spin with f6 or something, but obviously this knight is still gonna be there for me. I'm gonna enjoy eating it with, yeah, with turkey, I guess. So queen b6 is still not possible, but f6 and queen b6 is fine, or rook a8. I mean, let's see if the opponent is gonna come with some ideas or just gonna resign here. I'm also attacking the e4 pawn, but right now it doesn't really matter that much as this knight on a7. But you notice how powerful the Sicilian defense is. If you want to master chess, that is literally #1 opening I can recommend you, and there are videos on my channel where I teach you how you should play it, what are the mistakes you should avoid, so definitely take a look at it. I'm gonna leave it maybe somewhere here or somewhere in the description. You can definitely search it by the title on my channel too. Okay, so he's trying to create some counter threats there. Of course, his idea is to try to open up the position because then he might be able to save his knight. I don't know, seems like this the most obvious way to win the knight is rook a8 because I'm not wasting time with f6, not closing my bishop so that after takes I can just take it back or just take the knight. I guess it doesn't matter that much. But if I can save the pawn, why not? Still, he's not in time. If something would be on the c file, then takes a knight c6 or knight c6 immediately might have been possible, but this way you're just not in time. If it would be the case, of course, instead of picking up the d4 pawn, I would pick the knight. But the way it is, I can even enjoy taking everything. Personally, I guess that is the time to resign, but in a blitz game, you might still hope to create some counter chances to trick your opponent somehow. Queen b3, attacking the bishop. Yeah, not really sure what is the idea. I can take the e4 pawn. Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with that. I mean, those bishops are just so strong. d4 pawn is well protected, you can never take it. Rook b7 feels nice now. And now I can also develop my queen, because it's attacking a lot of things, it's protecting everything. b4. Yeah, the only thing hanging is that a6 pawn, but I guess it doesn't matter that much. Maybe knight d5 feels great, because the knight is coming to c3 with pins, with forks, just picking everything. And that is the thing. Doesn't matter how many extra pieces you have. Always should use all of them. You should always look for those chances to use all of the pieces to create as many threats as possible for your opponent. Because if you have more pieces, if you are a piece up but you're not using it, what is the point of it? Doesn't really make any sense. So you need to develop all of your pieces. Here, knight c3 is a fork, and now it's an extra rook. I guess you can safely resign in such a position as white. Queen c6, let's just exchange the queens. If you have extra pieces, the best thing you can do is just to exchange everything that moves, because that would make the job much simpler for you. Another thing is, of course, try to give a checkmate. And not sure if I need that. I would rather prefer to develop a new piece, because, my strategy, once again, bring all of your pieces out there, and then everything would work out for you if you have an extra rook, especially. Okay, I can take here. Yeah, I guess that is a simpler thing, just exchanging the queens. Okay, he leaves the queen out there. Still not resigning. Come on, dude. What is the point of making it? I mean, isn't that miserable for you? Let me know in the comments what is your strategy about it. Okay, rook c2, just to use as many pieces as possible. Yeah, queen f3 with a checkmate. Okay, so I hope that game was instructive for you. I hope you learned a lot out of it, how you can outplay a 2000 rated player as black. I mean, he's still not resigning, but who cares? Hit the like button if you did. And in this game, I'm showing you another game that where I defeated my opponent around 1600, and you can learn once again what kind of challenges you get at this level, because it's very different on every level, but the principles you're using to win the games are always the same. Meanwhile, my opponent doesn't want to resign, so thank you very much for being with me, and yeah, hope to see you in the next videos.